Okay, let's hope this goes better than last time, okay? The music isn't playing. Yes. Whoa, it's working. That's good. Do I sound weird? Probably. But sure, hey, what can you do? Also, I'm getting rid of the green screen. Green screen is no more. It's just been too much of an ass. Oh, look, what's that? A note. Oh, no. Oh, that's what my FYP was at one stage. That's gone. Okay. So this is Late Enough, episode 2. I never thought I'd make it this far. I'm blown away with my success. We had a total of 8 viewers at one stage last time, so let's see if we can beat that. We're at 5 right now, so like we're basically there. So basically, I'm more organized now, as you can tell, because the audio isn't as shit. The green screen's gone because that was being a lot of awkwardness. I have nice little handle things down here now. That's pretty cool. And I have little segments as well that are pre-recorded. I know, crazy. So I also didn't have breakfast yet. Sure, but what harm is that going to cause? Um, so what is coming up tonight? Well, basically, I'm going to have a chat with my friend Joseph Declan D, and we're going to chat about some things that I've made a list of. I have Julie coming on, and we're going ranting, which is that's the pre-recorded thing. I mean, that's live. That's very live. And then I also have a segment called, I forgot what it's called. Remember we used to do that. And so basically, remember we used to do that is basically about stuff we used to do before the isolation. So put in the comments things we used to do. Get a blue Yeti. Okay, I will at some stage. But things we used to do before isolation, we don't anymore. So actually, I'll lash into those after Joey. So firstly, we're gonna just put on the Julie segment, and yeah, it's definitely live. It's 100% live. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're live. Well, we're not live. This is pre-recorded.
Oh, shit.
What are you doing?
Oh, my no curse.
Yeah, it's fine. Although you're worried as well. It's live. This is live, definitely.
No, but still, I don't know what your fans want, you know?
Oh, my
I don't want
fans.
to do the point. Like,
No.
I was the hype person. Yeah, oh my god, I'm so nervous. I'm so shy. Oh. Do you know who that is? Olivia Neal.
Who the hell is Olivia Neal?
The girl from YouTube. We had this conversation before. She's very pretty. She's blonde. She's from TikTok.
Okay, so this is the rant zone. Basically, I have Julie here. Julie, you should probably
Hi.
introduce yourself because presumably everyone here doesn't know you. Probably. Okay, go for it.
Hi. Oh my god, I panic. I feel like we're at your first day of college. Oh wait, I wouldn't know because I didn't go to college. But your first day of school where you have to introduce yourself and like tell a fact about yourself.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, no, no, okay, okay. Introduce yourself and tell 2 facts and a lie. That's the classic.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at things. Okay, 2 facts. First fact is I have a scar under my left eyebrow. Second, do I phrase? Okay. Second thing is I literally went to college for 4 hours and dropped out. And third fact is that I have a really I have a successful YouTube channel.
Well, okay, everyone can figure out themselves in the comment section which one's is true, which one is false. So this is the rant zone, okay? And basically we're gonna rant about things. So this actually originated in I was gonna get Julie to review fashion, but then I realized, man, fashion is so stupid. And then
I know that was so funny. You realize that you got passionate.
You see, I'm originally a person that doesn't really care too much about fashion, as you can tell. Like this is like this is what I count as my fashion clothes.
Can I be honest? Okay, how
No.
long? Like that's such an iconic Brian jumper, but I just don't. Where did it come from? And how long have you had it? Because you wear it so often.
If it's not a jersey and a T-shirt, my mom got it from me.
Where?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
She just gets it from me and shows up at home like. I've no shame in saying that.
Does your mum watch this? Can we give her a shout out?
Probably not. Not yet. Not until it's good. Also,
Now I'm on it, it's fantastic now.
yeah.
But go on, what were we talking about? I just interrupted
Well,
you.
fashion.
Oh yeah.
I just think.
What would you?
Go for it.
What would you say your fashion style is? If you could describe something in one
Comfortable.
word, what would you? Beautiful.
Comfortable.
Okay. Because I used to think my style in school, when we were in sixth year, we didn't have to wear a uniform, right? So then I remember one day I walked into school with like, so our uniform was like a navy jumper with like a white top thing. And I remember that I came in sixth year where we didn't have to wear a uniform, and I was wearing a navy jumper with like a white top. And they were like, "Why are you wearing the uniform?" I was like, "Oh my god, cringe! I'm absolutely not wearing a uniform." But I realized that's kind of my fashion. Like I used to like preppy stuff, but now I feel like I'm actually dressing. The coronavirus is changing my fashion stuff. I love dressing in like Zara tops, like the tight ones, like this one, and then like really baggy like joggers that I look like a fucking gang. I cursed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I look like a gangster. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then like just runners. Like, I feel like that's how I like, but then also like heels. So like, I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, like I don't know. I just think the whole thing of expensive fashion is kind of stupid. And
Fair. Yeah, I
this is
mean,
probably not the
yeah.
most ideal thing to say, but this is the rant zone. You can say whatever you want. There's no repercussions in the rant zone.
Okay.
I probably need to think of a better name because it's hard to say the rant zone, but
Ransom. Okay. Yeah.
but I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Just
A t-shirt's a t-shirt. Do you mean?
yeah, but like, do you not think that clothes can make people either look amazing, like it can add to the person. Like if you see a girl, Brian,
Yeah.
and don't say what I know you're gonna say, what it looks better, whatever, you know what I mean. Don't say that. I'm saying if she's wearing a piece of clothing in general, maybe it's the right color t-shirt, whatever. Do you not think that can add to her looking better? Like just a genuine question.
Not really. Like
Really?
you could have the most beautiful girl in the world and wearing the best clothes, but
Yeah.
she could be an ass. Like literally, just personality wise, like not.
Yeah. She could be an ass. She could have one.
But then you can have someone that's like. I always think girls look best in tracksuits and hoodies anyway.
Really?
So I'm kind of avoiding that. Uh,
So would you be not a jeans fan?
oh, I hate jeans. I've one pair of
I'm a
jeans and I
girl.
wear them sparingly. On girl, see, I don't look at people's clothes. I don't look. I don't care. I don't care what you're
Yeah.
wearing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing that I look at. People are like, oh, did you see there? I didn't notice. I don't remember anything that people wear. Clothes are
No
just.
way. Like honestly, like I would, but not to the extent that some people would. As in, if someone's wearing a top and it's pennies, grand. Like as in, or if someone's wearing, sometimes you get those really expensive, like I don't even know, scarves or socks or something that are so expensive that you could literally buy like
See,
you could go to shopping spree in pennies. Like
people won't
what?
buy me those things because they know I will rather wear
Yeah,
my scruffy socks that I've worn for the last 17 weeks
yeah,
or something that like rather than the expensive ones because my mum won't let me wear the expensive ones anyway because she'll make me save them for a
oh,
special day. But I
that's so cute.
don't care. The only reason I think clothes can be well for a personal thing is if you're comfortable or not, and
Yeah,
for like a non-personal thing, it's just another way of making a joke. So like if I wear something
yeah.
stupid, it's because it'd be funny or something. Attempted to be
But
funny, I
yeah,
know.
like you. But to be fair, you do live up to your word because you have worn my dresses on several
Yeah,
occasions.
yeah.
So fair. But do you not think like if you wear a suit, you feel better, like, or you feel good, like?
I feel good all the
Do you
time.
feel like James Bond?
No,
What?
no, because if you're a James Bond, really, like he wears a lot of non-suits because that's what makes him a better spy, really. But like wearing a suit is just like okay, it's a fun thing to dress up, but
Yeah,
it's the same kind of fun as wearing makeup and stuff. It's just a random thing that happens every now and again, and it's kind of fun to do.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but like there's a whole thing of the whole idea of it. And it's pretty
yeah.
funny, the household that I'm in, it's like I am like on this end of the fashion spectrum and Ranners is like this end. Where we
That's what I mean. You're literally opposite. Like you could not get more opposite. Because I was
yeah.
having a conversation with Ryan yesterday, and he was like, he loves like fake nails and like eyelashes or whatever. Oh my god. Sorry. Okay, bye. Tim is your next vlog.
I'm putting that in. That's in. That's staying in. James Julie's brother.
Yeah, that's my brother. Oh shit, like he's probably not watching because I'm embarrassing. He doesn't like my TikToks on purpose. Anyway, what I was gonna say, yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone has a different preference too.
But like, it's even a thing of like, Ranner's got me Yeezys for a meme, really. But it was like because I did
Yeah.
stuff for his Instagram and YouTube and all those things as well. Like it's not unearned, but it was still lovely at the same time. But it's genuinely because I feel like Kanye West merch is the only thing that's like it's because everyone's like, oh my god, it looks homeless and stuff. I always think it's because
What do you mean, Kanye West?
like
Kanye West?
Yeezus. I don't know what the name of the
To be
just the
honest,
clothes is.
yeah,
Because people are like, oh my god, they look like stuff homeless people wear. But like, then if you wear it, then you're like, oh, that's fashion. But like,
yeah.
anything can be fashion if you're just confident enough about it. Like if I became
That's
famous,
so
if I
true.
became famous off this clip alone, like this, someone clipped it right now, and then it's like, oh, actually, yeah, the Brian way of like, oh, someone's like, yeah, the rebellious way is wearing what I'm wearing, which is a cardigan thing with no t-shirt underneath because t-shirts just
Oh
get
my god,
dirty.
Brian, can I be honest with you? Cardigans are all in at the moment for girls too.
Right.
So you actually are a fashionista.
But like, let's just say people just started wearing this because this is like the anti-fashion thing, right? Then this becomes the
Yeah.
fashion. That's how easy it
It's
is.
ironic.
That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
Like all you need to do is
True.
make something popular enough, and then that's fashion.
Yeah.
And that's how
And I feel
people
like,
spend so much money trying to be like the person that's in at the minute. Whereas like,
but I feel like in general, every city is different in the sense that Waterford. I'm just going to use Dublin as an example because that's the other. Like, Dublin is so different to Waterford in the sense that if you go to Dublin, you have to all everyone dresses so different. You like might be somewhere that you see somewhere you're like, holy god, but you're in Dublin, so you don't look. Whereas if you're in Waterford, it's like, oh my god, it's like small town, like thought process too. I don't know if it's like that in Limerick. Like, as in, if you saw someone like UL, for instance, is very like casual. Like, you know, I mean, remember that time I wore a dress, UL? You're like, you're too overdressed. Do you know, like that's it's just so funny the way
it
everyone
just reflects the
dresses.
perspectives of the place, though. Like Dublin
Yeah,
cares about like how you look, and like
yeah,
uh, how you look is more important than how you actually are, really.
yeah. As personality, like,
Well, it's all about kind of just fitting into what the aesthetic is rather than like separating out, like, you know. Whereas like
yeah,
Waterford, even if you were to wear like something weird, you'd be judged way more. Dublin, you'd be forgotten about.
absolutely.
You wouldn't, like in your circle would be judged. Whereas Waterford would be like, look at that fella wearing that. Looks very
If even
stupid.
in Dublin, you'd be judged for blending in. If I'm honest,
Yeah, honestly, I like. It's just one of those things
you
that
don't
like
care.
I don't. It's not that I don't care. I just never notice it. Like I just don't
Yeah.
see. I don't look at people's clothes. I don't see it as a way of, oh my god, they're poor because they wear this. I don't even know what's expensive and what's not. Like,
But sometimes, you know, the really rich people wear like poor clothes because they don't really care.
but
Like, that's how you know.
like who cares? Like, why is that such
Yeah.
a thing? Like, you know,
Mm.
it's like
Um.
they're just people.
That's fair though. And what would you say about though in general? Like, would you care if a boy wore a dress?
No,
Like, you couldn't care.
wear whatever you want.
Like, that's the thing. What? No, as in, like, that's the thing I find. I think, especially in Ireland, people are so opinionated, and it's like everyone is like, "What's the thing? Oh my god, chips on their shoulders." As in, if they see someone doing something else, like it's literally like making a YouTube channel. Like, you know, people will be like, "Oh my god, you see her or him like making like, you know, like even
See,
that type of thing."
people get
It's
jealous
just
of
sick.
other
It's so
people because they're afraid of expressing their personality themselves because they're actually like too scared of what people are thinking of them. So they just take it out on other people instead. That's life.
absolutely.
If you're just
Yeah,
happy with
that's so
yourself
true.
and confident with yourself and not worrying about yourself, then you're happy out, like.
Yeah. As long as you're content, like, because that's what I was saying to you like earlier, as in like as long as I think you have a good solid base of friends, then who cares about what other people think, you know, like the public and stuff. Like, there's
Yeah,
literally 7 billion
it's
people on the world.
it starts with you though. Like if you're happy,
Yeah, I know, but yeah,
like obviously the friends thing is important. Like you need to have that kind of background, but like
yeah,
you do you, like. Do you mean like if you're going around and you're like afraid to wear something because you know people will be like, oh, he's wearing that or she's wearing that. Come on, like it's 2020. Like, do you
yeah.
mean we're living through
Well,
a global pandemic? If you're still like that now, like if people are at home now, like I've nothing against if you want to get dolled up to the nines, you do it. You 100%. I know there's people that are at home now and they're still in their full makeup and they could be in a suit. I don't care.
yeah,
I'm just of the thing of
yeah,
you feel better when you care less, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
And what do you think, talking about pandemic, how do you feel like that's going to like shape the world? Like, first of all, roughly, when do you think it's going to like come back to normal? Like, in my opinion, things are not going to come back to normal as the way they were, in a sense that, like, for me, I'm realizing how much. Like, I didn't take places for granted, in the sense that whenever I met up with you, like, oh my god, Fab, I'm excited to see you. Whenever I'm going for food, oh my god, I'm so excited to get food. It's the little things I've realized of, like, being able to stand next to someone, being able to give someone a hug, being able to handshake someone, just all these different things I realize, like, I miss. Like, it's just, that's what's putting things into perspective for me, as in, I just feel like the world is refreshing right now.
yeah, well, it's kind of just people are putting things in priority, really. Because you're there and you realize this is what you miss. So I'd actually recommend just making a list of things that you want to do once you get out, and just fire through that, and
Yeah.
then that be your summer bucket list or whatever. But like people are like, oh my god, I miss going to this place in particular with these people. Do that then. Organize
Yeah.
that the minute the lockdown ends. Like, because I know once the minute the lockdown ends, I'm gonna just everywhere. I'm just
Yeah.
going traveling nonstop. That's the
Yeah, I
plan.
love that. That's so good. Yeah.
Because like
That's nice
who
though.
knows when the next time will be, and also I want to have something in reserve. So well, like I haven't been not busy. Like I've never been not busy during this either. So it's not
Yeah.
been too
Well,
crazy.
you'll be finished college too, which is crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Look at you graduating.
Yeah, will we
Slay.
be graduating though, or will it just be like sent out a piece of paper in the post?
But you'll still have it on your CV, like you would have completed
I'm
it.
never going. My aim is to never write a CV again. Okay,
Okay.
this is 14 minutes
Yeah.
so far. I think we'll. I know. Time flies when you're ranting.
Oh,
I
I
reckon
know.
we leave there for this week. Julie,
Okay, babes.
honor and privilege. I know you're in the chat right now as well, so
Yeah, yeah. I'll say hi to myself. Cringe.
okay.
My twin.
Do you have any final words?
Follow me on TikTok, please.
She didn't.
That's all,
She didn't give her
babe.
TikTok name. Okay. See you, Julie. Okay. So that's that. Thank you very much, Julie. It's very weird. I'm always afraid that I was afraid that I was going to be behind the times, but I actually ended up being it because my thing's ahead. So we have a special guest today, the man with a plan, and I don't know what else other words rhyme with that. But Mr. Joey D, how you doing?
Hello.
Oh no, our secret
How are we?
words. There you go. There's
How
you.
are you?
That's close. That's perfect. Okay, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. How you getting, John?
Ah, sure, grand.
How's your show going?
Oh, it's phenomenal, man. I just have to.
Second episode in.
Oh, wait, no,
Your second episode in. Let me.
I think I have to pause this now for a
So,
second.
second. What?
Yeah,
Pause
I
it?
had the other, I had the audio going behind, so it was doubling up. Because I was listening,
Oh,
just in
nice.
case you're wondering, I was listening to myself because I was afraid I was going to miss the thing, but then I ended up just talking over myself and ruining that. So
Ah,
yeah,
lovely.
yeah, that's good.
So, so second episode in. How are we? How are we feeling? What are your thoughts about? What are your thoughts about late night television in general? Do you see yourself competing with? Do you see yourself competing with James Corden?
I see. I always wanted to be a James Corden type, even though people don't really like him. I've always kind of liked
Yeah,
the fact that people don't like people. I've always kind of wanted to be hated. For a while, I wanted to be a
of
traffic
course, of
warden,
course.
which is really weird because I knew people would see me and just hate
The
me.
most hated.
Yeah,
The most hated. Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
um,
Sure.
since then, I'm kind of just like I like late night. I like the idea of it, but I feel like it's not executed well. I feel like it's not moving
Yes,
with
of
the
course.
times, and I just feel like maybe I can be the difference because I'm obviously sexy. Do you mean I have that on my side and
Well,
incredibly funny? Like
well, you've got a nose that is
True. Ah,
I mean, I don't want to say
I have a nose for it.
Titanic like, but
Doesn't
maybe the
even,
iceberg.
doesn't even make sense.
Maybe the iceberg that sunk the Titanic. That's how big your nose is. Maybe
Hey,
I don't know.
hey,
Hey, look,
and only ten
all
percent is
fun and games.
10% of it is above the surface as well. So anyway,
True.
enough about me, Joe. You're my guest. Tell me a bit about tell the world a bit about yourself because I feel for once we have a guest and not everyone in that's watching already knows. So that's
Ah, okay.
that's good. You know, like majority do. Okay, go for it.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, my name is Joey D. Of course, I was Chris and Joseph. but call me Joey or Joe, whatever you want. I always wanted to be called JD, but no one would call me it. And now it seems weird at this old age for people to call me JD. So
I'll call you JD for the rest of this, Joey. How about that? All right.
don't do that. That just looks like a but yeah.
Can we call everyone call Joey JD in the chat just to
No,
make sure?
don't do that. Don't do that. Thanks. I'm 23 years old. I've known Brian for probably close to 20 years.
That's weird now that we're saying close to 22 years into it.
Probably 18 to 20 years, probably.
Can I turn up Joey? I can't do it.
We were in primary school, we were in play school, and we were in secondary school together. Not obviously the same class in secondary school, but we have always kept in contact.
So yeah, Joey and myself have this unique friendship that, first of all, people in the chat are saying, Kevin Collins says I'm gay, which is lovely. Julie's asking for a shout out.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out the YouTube chat right now.
Carol says hi, Joe.
So I know what's going on.
Joey owns JT Sports. Philip. Phillips just keeps saying JD, so that's good as well.
Joey owns JD Sports. Ryan Phillips spamming JD.
You love to see it.
Yeah, things we love to see.
Alan O'Brien says your man that song Stacey's mom died from coronavirus. He did.
Kevin Collins says Joey is HIV positive. That's not true. Hale, if you are watching, don't worry, I'm not.
Yet
being the key word.
But anyway, Joey and myself have this unique friendship where we literally don't see each other or
suck each other's cocks. Oh no, yeah.
Or talk to each other. We don't talk to each other for months at a time. Like no contact whatsoever. And then it's just we come back to it and it's always the same. And I always find it so crazy because whenever I'm like going home from college or something, I'm like, I probably won't talk to you for a couple of months. Because that's just the way I am. If I see you, I'll talk to you. If I don't, I won't probably. And people are like, what the hell? That's not how you do it. I was like, literally. And then I just use the example of Joey every time. Because it's literally, do not talk for a while. And then come back to it. But Joey, you're a very interesting character.
True.
Because you have a small dick, firstly.
I mean, I know you got that information, but true.
And I don't know, you're one of those people that you can always rip into the same, like, I don't know, but you won't take the heart. I like that. I respect that, Joey. Fair play.
True.
So I have some things listed out.
Right.
So you're like really into like all different types of media, firstly. And you love movies and stuff and video games.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think draws you to like a good movie or a good video game? No, that's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a good question actually. I think in terms it changes, you see, between video games and movies, right? So movies, I'll be very much, one, it depends on the mood you're in. Two, it also depends on like if I'm just in the mood to watch like some John Wick character beat the fuck out of a couple of people, like, you know, I was going to say something racist there, so I better not. But yeah, like just see him beat the fuck out of a few people, like, you know, like that's what I want to watch at that moment.
Yeah. And
then sometimes it could be like, you know what, I'd like to watch maybe one of the greatest movies ever made, and I'll put on 27 Dresses or The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
You know. And then if I want to watch the best movie ever made, I'll put on Kung Fu Panda.
I was just about to say, like, for anyone that doesn't know Joey, he says Kung Fu Panda and 27 Dresses, but I can tell you from years of knowing him, Kung Fu Panda trilogy and 27 Dresses are his favorite movies. The same way, like,
Kung Fu Panda 1.
Only one.
Trilogy,
oh, sorry.
But the first movie.
The same way that like
the rest of them are good.
Shrek 2 and like Love Actually are mine. Like, it's crazy. We have like a rom-com and then like a DreamWorks animated movie as our like favorite movies.
True.
Crazy.
No, but one thing. Do you know the way sometimes the first movie isn't as good as the second movie?
Yeah.
And then you get Shrek.
Yeah.
Now Shrek 1 is good. Shrek 2 is miles better than Shrek 1. And if you disagree, you're a fucking idiot. And there's no recourse. Like, that's it. Like, you know, that is the truth. Like the scene where she sings "I Need a Hero," borderline coming every time.
I wish I could only be borderline, Joey. I wish I could only be borderline. I swear.
True, I've seen you spew. You're like the fucking tank that Shrek hits at the start of the first movie when he's inside in the ring. That's you. Fucking speed.
But yeah, so how much time would you say you put into a game? Because we've played Warzone and we get pretty into it, but like
Probably, like, say, obviously because of all my tattoos, obviously the game I've played the most is Skyrim.
yeah.
That's the most game, like that's probably the most I'll ever play a game.
And how much time would you say? Like how many days? I know it's
I had
days.
on the PC I have 1,000 hours, and I
Damn.
haven't had the PC that long, like
Yeah.
in terms of how long Skyrim's been out with, like. So, like, between I had it on, right. So I had it on Xbox 360, then I had it on PS3, then I had it on Xbox 360 again, then I had it on PS4, then I had it on Xbox One, then I had it on PS4 again, and now I have it on PC. So, like, thousands upon thousands of hours, basically. Like
It's mad.
I've sunk into that game, like, you know.
And what
It's just because I love it so much.
what is it that draws it to you? What is it? The sandbox element or what is it?
Like, yeah, the sandbox element, like, you know, because while I love Warzone,
Yeah.
and I love like first person shooters, because I can just go in, and like I can buy Modern Warfare the campaign, and I can play the campaign in maybe 6 hours.
Yeah.
Finish the campaign in 6-7 hours, like, you know, and it's a nice, like, you know, because it's kind of like different, you know, you're like sweeping rooms.
Yeah.
But then you play a game like Skyrim, you play a game like Borderlands, you play a game like Fallout. Like, Fallout New Vegas is one of the greatest games ever created.
You're
And,
back
like,
on that as well.
like the
Actually.
first time, yeah, I am. Yeah. But the first time I played Fallout New Vegas, I remember being like, "Holy shit! Like, this is how you make." Like, that game is timeless. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, I know so many people who still play that to this day. Like, you know,
Yeah.
because it's just such a good game. And like, there's no like, there's certain games that, you know, like, say, Ranner's big into FIFA.
Yeah.
He's not going to go back now this year and play FIFA 18.
Yeah.
You know? Or he's not going to go back and play FIFA 16 because there's a new one out this year.
Yeah.
Like, just because Fallout 4 is out doesn't mean I don't want to play, like, Fallout New Vegas. I want to play New Vegas, like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to play 76, like, you know, because they basically took a big shit down France, like, you know. But I mean, hey, look, maybe I'm not here to talk about that, but I mean, it's true. So fuck you.
Ranners agrees with you as well. He says this dude's spitting. We also have to say,
see, NV goated, there we go.
we have to give a shout out to MilfHunter63 on TikTok.
I saw that. What does Joey think of the supple nuances pertaining to friendship and bullying in Kung Fu Panda? Kevin, you're getting into a serious line of question here. Right,
this
so
is going to be like
I'm
4 hours
break
enjoying
it down
Kung Fu
now.
Panda.
Hey, pack a lunch, because we're about to go for a while. So, at the start of it, obviously, you know, like, Poe gets it, like, you know, okay, like, let's bring it up.
Yeah, what's up?
Like, Poe gets in, no one really, it's not that they don't like him, but they don't fucking respect him. He's fat, he's fucking useless, and he can't do kung fu. You know, I mean, why are you gonna respect him? You've been training your whole life, and this fucking old turtle or tortoise, I don't give a fuck what he is, so don't comment down below. Tortoise. I don't give a fuck, alright? Master Oogway, go the fuck away, right? You picked a panda over Tigress. Angelina Jolie. Hey, do you know what? At the start, I was like, geez, you're a fucking idiot. But at the end of the movie,
Skadoosh.
Like, Oogway fucking knows something. That's the thing. And I mean, they all bully him. But I mean, does he care? No. Because when you're fat, you learn not to care. That's it. You learn not to give a fuck.
Would you say that's the lesson from Kung Fu Panda? When you're fat, you learn not to care.
That's the main lesson, but you know,
it's definitely one of them. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, didn't expect you to go that into detail of Kung Fu Panda. I thought it was gonna be like just a little question. Oh god. But what went wrong in Kung Fu Panda 2 then?
You see, but I think, like, I put Kung Fu Panda 1 on such a pedestal that I don't think anything could have lived up to it. Like, you know? Now, Kung Fu Panda 2 was very good, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, he's fighting a fucking peacock. Sorry, a peacock. Fuck off. Right? Fuck off. I like the third one. At least he was fighting like this. I don't know what, like a rhino or something. I don't know what the fuck he was. He was some weird. He looked like a bull kind of. He looked like a rhino. But yeah, him. He was fighting him, and J.K. Simmons voiced him, and I love J.K. Simmons. So the third one is actually better than the second one. I think the second one is the worst one by far.
And we
But
have.
they're still, but those base movies are still probably better than most movies.
Oh yeah. What? Well, we have a question from Carol. What's your favorite movie from last year?
From last year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mine. I know what mine
Back
is.
now, what came out last year?
I'll ask you at mine first because
Yeah,
mine's
what's your last
mine
one?
snuck in like right at the end. Literally, probably the last film I saw in 2019. Jojo
Was
Rabbit.
Knives Out? No.
No,
Oh,
Jojo.
Jojo Rabbit. That's very good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, very good movie. Yeah, it's hilarious.
It was blew my mind, like, because
Yeah, it was. It was very good.
I love Taika Waititi first of all. I love comedies, and oh, man, I just thought the whole thing was just so clever. Do you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
what else? Like Endgame obviously is up there as well. Good Boy. It was Good Boys
Really?
last year. Oh, I loved Endgame. Yeah, it was. Endgame's not as good as Infinity War.
No.
I always say that, but Infinity War is probably the best movie I've ever seen. Not my favorite, but the best in terms of just like what it did. I thought it was
How
phenomenal.
much work put into it? How much work they must put into it as well.
But like you think, even the people that
Imagine,
even the people working on it didn't have the full scripts because they were like,
Yeah.
in case they leaked it. So it was a case of not
Yeah.
only having all these things, but making sure people only had the parts they needed to have. Like, do you
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. Yeah.
Like, man.
Like, I don't know now. Like, what movies came? Like, I saw Knives Out there recently. That was out last year.
Yeah,
That
that
was fucking
was
great.
brilliant. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what else came out last year though.
I
Because
don't.
I know I went to the cinema a good bit last year, but I can't really remember too much that came out last year.
I look up to
In terms of movies that I really, really liked.
Yeah, I had a list of 5. Little Women I thought was fantastic. I
Really?
always remember that.
Oh, fuck Little Women.
Really? Do you not like
Yeah.
it? Oh, did you
No.
see Booksmart? Booksmart was very good.
Oh, Booksmart was good, yeah. In now 2019.
Parasite's probably going to be concluded with those, but I still
Oh,
have to see.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Fuck off. Oh, here we go. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If you like that movie, go fuck yourself.
Okay, I'll do it
It's a
now.
shit
I'll go now.
Huh?
I liked them.
Oh, Joker was out last year. I forgot about that actually. That was probably one of my favorites. I love that.
Saw the Irish premiere of it, baby.
Oh, hold on. I'm forgetting something.
What is it?
John Wick
Oh, yeah.
Chapter 3
Of
came out
course.
last year. And also How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. There we go.
Yeah,
How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World was a great fucking movie.
that was phenomenal.
But Joker now is very good. Hey, do me a favor, right? Kevin keeps commenting, and he said, "Hi, Joey and Brian. What's your favorite TikTok?" Tell him to go fuck himself. Right? As the show host, tell him to go fuck himself. All right?
No, we can't.
He's only trying to rise me.
Why? What's your favorite TikTok trend?
Oh, The Gentleman. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was a great.
Gentleman was only this year though. Was it? In here, at here was.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Here it was. All right. Yeah. So to answer your question, Carl, probably Joker. I'd say is probably my favorite. Last
Really?
year. Joker or How to Train Your Dragon.
I wasn't like I thought Joker was phenomenal, but I didn't personally like that much.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was. I don't know. I thought it was.
Because you're a hipster. Yeah, no matter. Yeah.
I do things different, man. What can I say? I prefer the more like the more indie movies like Jojo Rabbit, like because that was like an indie movie. So damn, I'm really turning into that person, aren't I? Damn.
Yeah, don't fucking say indie to me ever again. But Ryan Phillips says Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the biggest disappointment ever, and then ever, all in capitals.
So,
now, I agree wholeheartedly with Ryan Phillips.
ever.
But ever, the second ever is in full capitals.
I think we missed some as well.
He really fucking means that.
Kevin says thank you for
Are you a
answering
fan
my
of
question.
High School Musical?
Of course, he's a fan of High School Musical.
Who doesn't like High School Musical? If you don't like High School Musical, you ain't human. It's a fantastic film.
Oh God, Joey! See, Joey comes out with these phrases like, "If you don't like High School Musical, you ain't human." That's a quote in itself.
Yeah.
But
You ain't human.
there's just so many.
Answer, Julie.
There's a delay, but there's just so
right.
many things that you've said. Like I've like iconic things like ripperoni, pepperoni. That's forever and always gonna be one of my favorite phrases, really, man. Like I never forget.
Ripperoni.
I can't remember the first time you said it, but I remember it was like really inappropriate. But I don't know. I forever and always. I wrote it on my wall, like literally in marker on my wall at home, because I just thought it was just so funny.
Something I said.
Ripperoni, pepperoni.
Oh yeah. See Julie here. She wants me to rate them in order. Well, both of us probably.
Yeah. Well, mine's.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Mine's 3, 1, 2.
Oh, mine's the exact same.
Oh really?
1, 2.
I've never met someone that agrees with me. That's actually crazy.
No, 312, 100%. Yeah, 312. Like 3 is the best one. It has the best songs.
Yeah, Scream, like.
Has the best songs.
Yeah.
Like it has by far the best songs.
The whole thing
The
that
second one is fucking awful.
I actually can't remember that you actually like. I've literally I've gotten into arguing so many times about 3 being better than 2. Everyone always says 2 is the best one.
2 is fucking the worst by far.
And
oh my god, 2 is awful.
That's crazy. Okay, Joey, what's your favorite Beatles song? Kevin's asking again.
No, don't. Shut the fuck up. Can you ban Kevin?
Joey, I don't know.
Shut up, Kevin.
I'm rocking 9 people. I can't afford to be blocking people already.
I'm gonna say this on this show live on it. Fuck the Beatles. They're dog shit. The most overrated band in the entire fucking world. There you go. All right. Fuck them. Fuck every single one of them.
What about George?
I don't even know who the fuck George is. Who's George? I don't know who George is. I don't care. Fuck him.
George Harrison. Do you want to know a fun fact, Joey? You'll enjoy this.
Yeah?
So George Harrison, one of the fellas you hate, he was one of the people that like gave a lot of money to Monty Python to create Life of Brian and the Holy Grail. It was rock stars that financed it. So like Elton John and like the AC/DC and I think the Sex Pistols and stuff gave a lot of money towards it because it was like a tax break for them. So because they couldn't get finance from like bigger places because they were so controversial. So it was rock stars that literally financed some of the greatest movies ever.
So
like.
good though. Yeah, they're great.
It's a pretty cool fact. Oh wait, there's more comments. Rannis has only seen 2. Damn.
Oh yeah, fuck. 2 was the only one I've seen. Rannis, you've literally seen the worst one. Watch 3. It's so good. Brian, make him watch 3.
Kevin says, "What's your favorite brand of instant coffee?"
Nescafe is Zero Intenso, Kevin, and you know that. So I don't know why you're asking.
I love how angry you're getting at Kevin.
That's because if you knew Kevin, you'd know why.
Well, I know he's doing it just to rise you, like, but I just love how much he is actually getting a rise out of you as well. Okay.
Oh no, he just knows exactly what that's.
Okay.
So he can get a rise out of
the next topic is tattoos. So Joey has a lot of tattoos.
A lot.
What's your favorite one?
Oh, I'd say my favorite one is either this one here.
Okay.
Can you see it? Yeah,
yep.
You can see it. Yeah. So that's Atlas. Or else probably this one that's on my this one here, because this is a kind of a mix of a few. So you have the Cheshire Cat, you have Ichigo's Hollow Mask from Bleach, and then you have a Dragon Ball down here, and then obviously that's just a voodoo doll. But I do love that one, but the Atlas one is just so
cool.
It's just so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you're covered in pop culture references as well, right?
Yeah, like this arm is all movies and games. Like I have on this arm, I have 2 Skyrim tattoos, and I have an Oblivion tattoo, and then on the back of my neck I have another Skyrim tattoo, which is Fusro Da, the first shout you learn it, which is force balance push. And
is that what it means?
Yeah, force balance push, and then I have a wolf here that I got last year, like a 3-eyed wolf. So that was kind of I was at a tattoo convention in Waterford.
Yeah.
And it was on special offer, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm getting that," because it was just 6. So
yeah. And you have more as well. You've one in your arse. You've showed me a load of times.
One of my Johnson. It says 1 inch. We're halfway there. That's what it says.
But like you have tattoos, and what's the most boomer thing that's ever been said to you about your tattoos?
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't like tattoos. Like, you know, like it's not just boomers either. It's people our age who don't like them. Like, you know, and there's people who be like, you know, who'd say like, "Oh, you're gonna regret them when older," and I'm like, "Yeah, I probably will." But I mean,
you'll have a lot more regrets as well. Like, to be fair, so.
Oh yeah, but the only person I'll be angry at is myself.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. You know. Now, if it was someone else who did it to me, like, you know, if I woke up with a tattoo,
yeah, you'd be pissed.
That someone had given to me that would push me over.
I've forever and always wanted to get, like, if I gave you the money, would you get a tattoo of my face on you? And there was a while where you're like, if you pay for it, and now you're like, no. But
no, I probably wouldn't know. Yeah.
Depends how much money.
So yeah, because Julie asked that, would you get a tattoo of Brian's face?
Oh.
No, Julie, I wouldn't. And then Kevin asked,
What's your...
"Hi guys, what's your favorite anime cartoon?" Kevin, I'm not gonna answer because you call them cartoons.
Mine's Cory in
My
the
favorite
House.
anime. It's not a fucking. My favorite anime is probably Bleach. And then Ranners asked, "Is Oblivion or Skyrim better?" Now, Ranners,
Don't even ask. You don't even need to ask me,
that's a
brother.
golden question because Oblivion is better.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Oblivion is better. Like just in terms of
Fun.
gameplay. No, just like story and side quests and gameplay.
Yeah.
Oblivion is so much better because the quests in it. Holy fuck. Now, when I say a plethora of quests, right? I don't even know what plethora means, right? And that's how much quests are in this game. I'm going to say something I don't even know what that means, but I know it means a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, Oblivion will always have a place in my heart because it's just, it was one of the first games as well that me and Kevin started talking about, and how me and Kevin got really good friends.
And now look at him here all these years later,
I remember
saying that Barney the dinosaur is his favorite anime.
No, right? No, listen to this, right? When I first met Kevin and Andrew, right? We were at do you want to get to know you camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And you know me when I first went into secondary school, I was like a small bit chubby.
Yeah.
I wasn't like fat.
And you had the wig. Remember the wig? Remember?
And I had like long hair. So I went up behind, right? I went up behind Kevin and Andrew, and they were talking about some girl. I didn't even know who the fuck they were talking about. And I just went up behind them, and it just goes, "Seems like she's hurting for a squirt." Because I had read it online. I had read that it was like a pickup line and something funny to say. So then I said, that was the first thing I ever said to Kevin and Andrew. They both turned around like, "What the fuck?" And then from that day on, we've been friends since.
Oh. I've never heard that. That's hilarious. Oh. She's hurt for a squirt. Brilliant. And did you know what it meant at the time?
Sorry?
Did you know what it meant?
Fuck no. I had no idea. I had no idea what it meant. Do you know what I thought it meant? I thought it meant a squirt of ketchup. That's what I thought it meant. Because I was fat and
a squirt. So Joey's pickup line was, "Looks like you're hurting for a squirt." I goes over like throw it and like she was just there like, what, a 6th class girl going into first year being like, "Is this what lads are like?" And like, okay.
Oh god.
Kayla's just there now like, "Oh, now I understand the packets of ketchup every birthday." Yeah. Oh god, that's hilarious, man.
I know. Oh, fucking ridiculous.
Oh my god. Sorry, we have a question. I see your Lucozade there. What's your stance on the recipe change? Is orange still better than red? I just thought it got more syrupy, really, but I like that because it's more sugary. So I'm all down for that. Lucozade orange is far better than Lucozade original as well.
But they did change. I don't think they changed Lucozade orange, though, did they?
I think they made it not as bad for you, but like in a weird way. But I don't know. I didn't. I never really noticed the difference. But yeah. I remember saying I noticed the difference, so I got some free like from a fella.
Yeah, no, because I mean, like, Lucozade original, like, that changed a lot.
Yeah.
That changed a lot.
That's ass.
It's not
though.
nice at all anymore. Like, you know.
I was never into the original really, but well, Kevin said he remembers who you were talking about, so probably shouldn't say names or social medias, but I imagine he'll text you.
Oh, don't worry, Kevin will say it.
Sugar tax. Okay, that's all the questions.
I could have actually changed it. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, tattoos. That's pretty funny. Okay, so Joey, we're in isolation. How do you, a 23-year-old lad, keep yourself occupied in isolation?
Well, now today I've literally played Warzone all day, so you know.
I might played Warzone with you, and you're not that good, so it must have been a long day.
Shut the fuck up. I got 7 kills in one game today, Brian. So shut the fuck up. No, like say, I think most days I wait until 5 o'clock and then I just start drinking. But yeah, I've stopped that now because obviously I'm probably gonna gain like 19 and a half stone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the first kind of 3 days I was kind of drinking a lot. So now I haven't drank today. I'll probably drink after.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and then after this, I'm gonna jump on Warzone. But I mean, like, it's hard because I mean, like you're not supposed to go outside. I mean, I don't feel guilty for not going outside. Like, you know, like I've been playing games since I was like 4 years old, so I'm used to not going outside. Like, you know,
That's the thing.
but I mean, I know for some people it's a lot harder, like, you know, like to not go outside and not interact with their friends. But hey, I don't give a flying fuck. So.
But that's the thing. Like the only thing that's really hit me is the cinema closing because that's kind of like where I go to just go at peace.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
everything else, like we're still getting takeaways. The takeaways are still open. You get deliveries and stuff. But like I'm still going to bed.
True,
I'm going to bed at terrible hours. I'm just staying in my room, like making or doing video type things and playing Warzone, which I probably would have done and working on college work. Like the only difference in my life is I don't have to go in for lectures. And genuinely, like we still have some of them online. But apart from that, my life has literally not really changed at all. Like, and it's kind of just been a case of people that used to say, "Oh, we go out gallivanting," can't. And I'm probably like not procrastinating as much. Okay, Warzone came in and that kind of ruined everything. But I don't have as many reasons to procrastinate, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, true.
But I don't know. It's gonna be weirder in the summer.
I mean, it's different though from person to person.
Yeah.
Like, you know? Like say that's us because
we're used to it.
We play games and like we're used to doing that, like, you know. But I mean, for some people, like it must be hard. Like, like I imagine for Julie, it must be very hard.
Oh, I don't know.
Like because Julie is very but Julie is very like friend orientated, like, you know.
True.
And like she loves being with her friends, like, you know. Like she loves being outside and she loves doing stuff, like, you know. So
well, like,
I imagine for her it's a lot harder.
I've runners here at me as well now, so I suppose I'm not completely alone here anyway, like, you know.
Yeah, true.
But no, we went for a walk the other night at like 2 o'clock in the morning because there's nobody else around, like, and the guard stopped us and were asking us where we were going and stuff. I suppose we looked kind of dodgy, but they were asking us where we were living as well.
Kevin actually put a good question there.
Yeah. I'll go for so he said life hasn't changed much now, but do you think life will change a lot when the lockdown lifts? Yeah. It's never gonna be the same, man.
I'd say so, yeah.
It's never like
I'd say it'll change a bit, yeah.
I think the things that people get as just wants rather than needs are gonna really scale back. Like
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what do people get that they don't need. Do you mean?
But I mean, like even the amount of people going out for dinner and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I think that'll decrease.
Because people just be used to it, or they'll just start learning.
Because people will just be like, "Oh, sure, we can just do what we did during the quarantine.
Yeah.
It was great fun, like, you know." Because I mean, I think you're gonna as well want to spend, not obviously straight away, but I think some people are gonna want to spend more time with their families after this.
Or no time at all.
Because
depending on how it went.
Or no time at all. Yeah, exactly. Depending on what way it goes. But I mean, I think it will definitely change, like, a lot, like, you know.
Well, there's going to be a recession definitely because everyone's going to be in debt.
Yeah, true. Yeah. It's going to be a bit of a recession, but I don't think it's going to be as big as people keep saying it is. Like, you know.
I don't know. A lot of people have lost their job. Like, I know they're going to get them back, but like, even let's say Penny's, like a lot of people lost their job. Are Penny's just going to hire everybody again? Like, they'll probably just do it as a gradual basis because there's no way they'd just be able to hire everyone again. Because
but that's the thing. Like, I mean, we can talk about this and we can say, "Oh, I think this is going to happen," but really, no one fucking knows because it could go. It could go complete. Like,
this is just our guesses, like. Do you mean?
Mental, like. It could go mental. People could go fucking berserk, like, you know. And there could be an awful recession after this.
Yeah.
It could be a terrible one, like, for all we know, like, you know.
Well,
and
all I know is
there might well be, like,
when there's a recession, media blows up because people are at home more. They like just they go cinema rather than going for a meal or something. But like you think Avatar is like what the second highest grossing film of all time, like like in the middle of one of the worst recessions ever, like, you know.
And it's also one of the worst movies ever made, so I mean, there's that as well. Like,
I know, yeah. Imagine if it was good.
Imagine if it was good.
There you go.
Jesus, that would have smacked it. Like, that would have sent it home. Like, no one movie could have ever touched that. Like,
talking of movies, actually, Did you hear the conspiracy that Tom Hanks actually died?
What?
So you know the way Tom Hanks had coronavirus,
Yeah.
and now
Were you telling me and Ryan about this last
I
week?
was telling you around about this last night.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So, in case people don't know, Tom Hanks and his wife had coronavirus, and now they put up things saying that they're back in LA, they're all healthy again. They were spotted in LA. I'm gonna say spotted because what's the word
We
you?
don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, there's some words that you say. What's the
Whistleblowers.
word you say if it's allegedly? They were allegedly spotted. But people are pointing to the fact that he died. I don't know.
God damn it, Kevin.
um,
Okay, keep going.
that the photos he put up like were in a hospital in Australia, and like when he put up like the typewriter that he was alone and he had time with his thoughts were still in a hospital, and in Australia only like at that time, only really serious cases were like in the hospital, and apparently there was something that Trump and some Indian or Indonesian newspaper were stopped from saying he died, and also the last bit was the picture of him being spotted in LA. He was wearing the exact same clothes he was spotted in when like Daily Mail or someone did a story that he's just landed in Australia to start filming for the Elvis thing, which was like a month ago or something. So it's interesting because I have a thing that like if he did die, then like everyone will kind of go into pandemonium because he's like the biggest name really, like you know, and like it doesn't really not many people are bigger than Tom Hanks, like you know. So then people might go like into like, well, if he can die, anyone can. So let's go rioting. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird though.
But isn't it like even just think of what you just said there, right? Think of the fact that like that's true what you just said there. Like if he did die, people would be like, "Oh well, then anyone can die," and everyone would go mental.
Yeah,
Isn't it crazy to think that one person can have that effect?
I know. Yeah.
Like, you know, like one person shouldn't be able to have that effect on the world, like, you know, but he does, and there's certain people who do, like, you
There's a
know.
lot of one people that have that much effect though.
There's a
Like,
lot of people who can do that, like, you
mm.
know, but I mean, I don't think that I don't like. I just don't like. Look, I love conspiracy theories,
Yeah, I do
right?
as well.
I love them. I fucking love them, but I know most of them aren't true.
Yeah. It's just a
Like, you know,
thrill of
so
what
I
if it
mean,
was true.
what if it was true?
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, that's such a big if, like, you know.
yeah. Well, we'll see what he said 17 hours ago.
Just about to jack off.
There would be no Playtone without Adam sledging. Oh, he's tweeting about the fellow that died from coronavirus. Hmm.
Coincidence?
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
And the one time that they were back in America, they didn't put up a photo, whereas all the other times they did. Coincidence? I think so.
Okay, Brian, can I just read what Kevin said? So Kevin just said, "Has anyone noticed a bright light in the sky every night since this started? What are your thoughts that this virus is being beamed down from space by the Iranians?" Kevin,
Okay, so
like
this.
your stupidity. No. Your stupidity is fucking immeasurable. I hope you know that.
So I also have a story related to the sky from the last couple of days. That's a conspiracy theory.
Is it UFO?
Was I telling you about this as well?
No, I don't think so.
So
Is it UFO?
the other night, no, maybe the other night at like I think it was
I like it.
3 o'clock, half three. I heard this really like loud humming, and I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and I could hear it over my headphones. I had my headphones on, and I could hear it over the film. Took off the headphones, I could still hear it. I was like, "What is it? Maybe it's the laptop or something." So I went over to the kitchen, opened the door, and it got louder. I could hear it getting louder, and I didn't know what it was. I texted Ranners, could he hear it? And I didn't know, but he had taken off his headphones and he couldn't hear it. And also, when I looked out, the sky was red, and it was really weird. And like, it's not like you'd say something. It was a normal night that it was like it was normal, like it was somebody like in a car or something, a boy racer car going off, like you know. But like, it was dead silence. Then after it went away, it was dead silence. I'm genuine. I'm still shook after. I'm still shook. I do not know what it was, and I've been told it was. And then, myself and Ryan started looking into it, and we found this thing called the hum. There's this conspiracy called the hum, and the sound that they had that the hum is was exactly the sound that I heard, and that's weird. And like, I genuinely, man, I was like so. I just didn't know what it was. I didn't. I'm still confused as to what it was. It was really weird.
Mm.
I don't know.
I mean, like a lot of those kind of stories though are just connecting dots that aren't there. You know?
I don't know, but it was so weird that the sky was like, it was like imagine a red sky in the inside at sunset, but like in the middle of the
Well,
night,
there's a red sky here the other night. Were you talking about that? Yeah.
at like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have been up then, so I don't know.
Like it was that red, and like in the middle of the night, and the sound was like incredibly loud. It was so weird. I'm like, I was so confused by it. But yeah, I think it was the Iranians as well. I have to agree with Kevin on that.
True, yeah.
Um,
Very true.
but okay, so I kind of skip past this, I suppose. But what advice would you give to people in isolation or lockdown or whatever?
Well, I mean, like, I think, like, there's gonna be people who don't enjoy spending time with their family, you know.
True.
But I mean, I think for the sake of your own mental health, you should probably talk to someone
Mm.
when you're like, because we don't know how long we're going to be in isolation for. Like, you know, I
It's
mean, they've told us
looking
so
like
far to
months.
be 2 weeks, but I mean, we could be in isolation for months, or it could be 2 weeks time.
Yeah,
We
could be.
don't know, like, you know, like we don't know. So I mean, if it's going to be a prolonged thing, like, you know, it's not going to be the kind of thing that you'd want to take lightly, like, you know, because I mean, even if you're into games or something like that, like, you know, like gaming is the best thing
Yeah.
to be into at a time like this,
Or even
because
making
you're
videos.
talking to your friends, like you're talking to your friends and all that, like, you
Yeah.
know. So and you're playing games, you're all joking around, like, you know, and it's fucking great, like, you know, because I mean, nothing really changes, like, you know, only you don't have to go to work, like,
Yeah.
you know. So
No money though coming in.
well, you can get the pandemic payment, like, so.
True. True. Um, and then oh yeah, but like there's things like even I don't know. It's a perfect time to just try something new or learn something. Do you mean like
Exactly, yeah, you can learn so much shit
if
from games.
if you're not into games and stuff, like there's tons of movies and stuff to watch, obviously, but like something like masterclass, you know, where they have those classes with like famous people that teach you
Yeah,
things.
online
Nothing
classes,
stopping you from
like,
doing
you know,
that.
there's so much stuff going on, like, you know, because I mean, like, even um one of my friends, Cricky, now, like, he's doing an online personal training thing,
Yeah,
like, you know, while this is going on, like, you know.
but
So it's, and I mean, there's stuff like that you can do. So much stuff like that you can do.
I think this is kind of like a forced evolution, kind of people to become more technological. But I
Yeah.
don't know. Kevin has a question. He said, "Hi, Brian and Joey. Do you think public sector workers will be treated better after this is all finished?" I don't think so. I feel like it afterwards it's going to go back to the same to
I think
being the
they
way it
definitely
was.
should. They definitely should, but they won't.
Yeah, like
Because at the end of the day, no one is going to push for it.
no.
You know, and we're gonna say now this is a great thing about Ireland. We're all gonna say we're gonna push for it.
Yeah,
We're all gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. You're gonna do fuck all, and when fuck all happens, you're not gonna give a fuck. So it doesn't matter
yeah. Because once
because
once
no matter what you think, they won't do it.
once
Like, you know,
once everyone goes back to living their own lives individually again, I really think that people will just
this
not
whole
care about the
thing,
whole
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
exactly. They won't care. Yeah, they won't care again.
Um.
They won't care.
So I don't know. It's a weird thing though. It's a weird. Thank you for that's actually made my day. Thank you so much.
But I
Um.
mean, when you think about, yeah, no, but when you think about nurses, like the student nurses, like
Yeah,
how they're not getting paid
they're
for what
getting
they're
paid now.
doing
They're getting paid
is
now.
a fucking joke, are they?
Yeah, I saw a
Oh
thing.
well, okay then.
But like, it's even a thing of man. Like, I don't know. Like, just the way people are like still going out and like still disobeying the rules of going outside and stuff now.
Yeah,
And like, they're like, it doesn't matter if I get sick, I'll get cured. It's like, but if you go into hospital, you could infect someone who then might die from it. You know.
Yeah, true.
And it's just like, why? There's no
So
need.
what? So what you're trying to say is kill all the old people, right? I agree. But you said it first, so
Joey,
I'm just agreeing
Joey,
with you.
before we went on this like on live, Joey and myself were talking about not being. Joey was said particularly about not being too controversial. I know he just said kill all the old people. I agree. I didn't say
Kill
it.
all the old
I'm
people.
not
You did
advocating for
say it.
killing all the
You
old people.
implied it.
I
You
didn't. I
implied it.
didn't imply killing all the
You
old
did.
people.
You did imply it. You did imply it.
Maybe I did. So anyway, Joey, you're famous on TikTok now.
I sure am, Mike.
Oh wait, no. Kevin has a follow up questions.
Fucking Kevin, like, why did you just interview me yourself for fuck's sake?
If this goes on for months and affects most families, do you think people having a direct experience with it, perhaps having contact with members of police, paramedics, are? I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. What was your question?
Um, he's probably typing the second part. Where we just wait for the second
No.
part? No. Okay, Kevin.
Or armed forces will affect people's stance. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I agree with Joey. That's it, Kevin. That's your answer.
Do you think people having a direct experience with it, perhaps having contact with a member of the police, paramedics?
So am I. Move 63. Everyone, just put your
Well, you're
TikToks.
not, Kevin.
Everyone, just put your TikToks in the live chat there now. So Joey overtook me in followers with one
In a day.
TikTok in a day, and obviously my heart is broken. But Joey, Joey was telling me the story of when he went on, because he has a TikTok with over 400,000 views last time I looked at it. And remember, your Joey was telling me about when he went on to the app the morning that it did blow up. Go on, tell me what happened when you went onto the app.
So basically, right, I was there, right. Let me set the scene.
Okay.
So me and my sister, we go into Waterford.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we know McDonald's is closing on this day due to the lockdown.
Yeah.
So we go into Waterford because we're going shopping.
Mhm.
So we're going to Tesco. I'm like, oh, we'll just swing past McDonald's, see if it's busy, like, you know.
Yeah.
Now when I say that near D had to funnel people into McDonald's, I'm not joking, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I just thought this was hilarious. So I took out my phone and started recording. I was like, oh my God, they literally have to funnel people into McDonald's. And that was it. So I put it up on my story on Snapchat. Didn't really think out of it. It was up there for about 3 or 4 hours. And then Julie texted me saying, oh, you should put it up on TikTok. So I put it up on TikTok. Now, I wouldn't have done it only for Julie told me to do it. So
thanks, Julie. Blocked. I remember actually for the first hour or two though of the actual TikTok, it wasn't actually even doing that well.
No, not at all.
Like I remember
But,
liking it and thinking that's good, but like it was like 70 views after like an hour. Like that's really weird.
Yeah, it was like, it was just in terms of right place, right time.
Yeah.
That was what it was. Like, you know, it was because of all that was going on, and it was just the perfect TikTok for that moment.
Yeah.
Now I want to say something because when I woke up then the next morning, right?
Yeah. Setting the scene. You're waking up. You're kind of tired.
I'm waking up and kind of groggy, you know, and then I wake up from a text from Brian being like, "Oh, did you see TikTok?" Now Brian is an owl, so he doesn't sleep during the night. He sleeps during the day.
I slept for 3 hours today, Joey.
Oh, did you see that? And I was like, no, what do you mean? So I went into TikTok. It crashed. Went into it again, crashed. Went into it again, it crashed. Went into it again, and it opened. But I had like 37,500 notifications of like likes and comments and all this on it, like, you know. Now, like, and then it just proceeded to get more and more kind of
crazy
views throughout the days. But on the day it got very big, right? Now, at the end of the TikTok, right, I say the word autistic, right?
Okay, this is happening.
anyone who knows me, like, I wasn't trying to take the piss out of autistic people, and that's what people thought. I saw so many comments about people being like, "Oh, you're taking a piss out," and I was like, I didn't even say anything about autistic people. Like, you know, I said the word autistic. I didn't say anything about them.
Yeah.
And then but like, I understand, like, they think it was implied, but it fucking wasn't.
Yeah.
So, like, and I mean, I apologize to some people who are nice about it. To the people who weren't nice to me, I just told them to go fuck themselves, and I stand by that. So
just even in terms of just like words these days, do you think people are getting softer than before?
Yes. What do you mean? Yes. Like, if that happened 10 years ago, no one would give a fuck.
I don't think so. I think they're getting softer in different areas now. I think something that used to be like edgier before, like, it's different now. It's like if you were to make some like, because we used to say that all the time when we were smaller, when we were younger, when we were
Oh,
young
stop. Yeah,
things,
we say that the whole time.
and
Yeah.
like a lot of other things as well that if I probably put it up on YouTube, if I say it, I might just get reported for it. Like,
Yep. Yeah, you might get reported. Yeah, so don't say it.
but
But
like because the thing that people don't seem to understand is like, especially when it comes to like racial slurs and things like that. Like we grew up in Ireland, and like we grew up in Kilmac, where there's like
racist.
racist, obviously, but no, there's like everyone from Kilmac has been in Kilmac for centuries. Do you mean?
For centuries, yeah.
And like there was one black lad in Kilmac, one,
Was it, Jim?
and like it wasn't like racism was never really discussed. We never told it, like, and we had to gradually do it. Like people are like, oh, you're so insensitive. It's like, but like Americans especially will be like, oh my god, you're being racist or sexist or whatever. But like,
Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah.
it's a different culture. It's like when they say top of the morning, we're like, no, but they're like, oh yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing we
shut the
say.
fuck up. Yeah.
We should call them racist for saying that. That's
we
it.
should.
Let's
No, because then we're not any better than them.
true.
But I mean, like,
But it doesn't affect us. We don't
we're not any
care.
better than the people. Yeah, well, but like, that's the thing. I mean, why do people care so much? Like, live your fucking lives.
Yeah.
Why does it care what someone on the internet said?
Like,
why does it matter?
it's like
why do you care
when
about
people
it?
were giving out to you for saying autistic, but like you were like, oh my god, I can't deal with this. But then people were like, look, I have a child with autism. I'd appreciated it if you just like realized what you were saying. You were like 100%. You agreed with that. No, I'm saying you agree. You were like, that's fair. I understand your point of view.
No, but hold on. When people were giving out to me for it, I wasn't like, oh, I can't deal with this. I was like, me saying that word and you implying something else from it doesn't make me implying something from it. I wasn't implying that from it.
Yeah.
You connected those
It's the
two
context
dots
that makes the difference.
you
Like.
go fuck yourself. Yeah. Like, you connected those two dots yourself. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't me. I didn't draw the picture for you. Like, you know?
Yeah.
You drew the picture, you colored it, you hung it up on the fridge, and then you started complaining about it, alright? So don't blame the person who gave you the paper, alright? Because it was a blank canvas when I gave it to you, and you fucking screwed it up. So
okay, we're getting a bit antsy now. So Joy's getting a bit antsy. So I'm moving on. We're still on the topic of social media. It's just literally a thing that happened to Kevin has who's laid into it. I agree.
How many questions does he have now?
He said, "You miss me, baby." First of all, and I agree with Brian. Do you think people being better trained and more responsible with dealing with others, from teachers at schools to the police, has helped reduce crime and increase rates of education?
Here's my answer. I don't give a fuck.
I think
I don't care.
I think it's a thing of tolerance, really. Like, it's a thing of really not care. Yeah, it's a thing of not caring, really. Because
I just don't care.
If like,
and you can call me a cunt for not caring,
but
I just don't care about it. Like,
it's something that like Joey has been called a lot worse than autistic, and people have meant it. And I
was called JFC. That's not fair. Joey Fallon. I was called that in school. So I mean, like, I didn't take any offense to that. I don't give a fuck about it. But I mean, I was called that in school, and people would be called so much. Like, not even a fraction of how mean that is. But like, and they'd be like, "Oh, you hurt my feelings." I'm like, "Grow."
But like, the stuff that my friends have called me, and maybe meant it, maybe not, have been so much worse than anything anyone else can ever call me. Do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like,
they're your friends. That's how you know they're your friends.
But like, it's a thing of I don't think there's anything a person could say to me that would make me be like feel bad about myself. Do you mean?
Yeah, not really. No.
I'm pretty much.
Give a fuck, like,
I don't care. That's the thing. Like, you can call me whatever you want.
Yeah,
and I'll just say I'll just say my favorite thing is to say that's not really a good insult. You want to try again, and then that will just make them really annoyed, because like there's nothing like going for their insult, because like because then you're not sinking to their level, but like you're pissing them off as well, which is very.
You're getting under their skin, yeah.
Like the more sarcastic you are, I'm like, look, that's not really that good, but like I'm willing to help you, and then we can like work together, and then you can make it better. Yeah, and like I'll give you another go, and we can work from there. Like, imagine if someone said that to you when you're already antsy.
Oh, like, you'd be so pissed. Like, I'd be like a fucking dog. Like,
Yeah, it'd be brilliant. But yeah, on topic of social media, I went to send you the link to this call earlier on, and you have deleted your Facebook.
yeah, yeah,
What?
I have, yeah.
Why?
Like, to be honest, I don't ever use Facebook. I
Okay.
don't use it for anything, like, like, the only thing I used it for was looking at memes. And I mean, I can get memes on Instagram and I can get memes on Twitter. So why would I use Facebook?
Yeah.
And Facebook, let's, I'm not going to beat her in the bush. Facebook is for boomers.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Facebook
dead
is
as well, though, man.
social
It's
media.
dead.
It's dead. It's so dead. There's no one on it. Like like Twitter is and always will be the greatest social media in the fucking world. Like, they just have it nailed down.
I love Twitter.
Twitter is the perfect social media. Like, but now you have, but like, you can't really compare like TikTok and Twitter. They're not the same thing.
No.
Like, like, you can't compare Instagram and Twitter because they're not the same thing.
You see, Facebook.
But like Twitter and Facebook, you can kind of compare, and Facebook can go fucking.
And Facebook and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, because I feel like Facebook's issue might be the fact that it's too much. That it tried to be everything and then in fact became nothing.
Tried to be everything.
Yeah. Like Facebook tried to be YouTube. Remember they tried to implement a load of like YouTube. Now they're trying to get streamers. They're trying to be Twitch like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's just like they don't know what Facebook is anymore. Anything they put on Facebook, if they want to share it, is just getting like pushed down because they're not paying for it to be pushed more. And it's just like it's not worth your time really, like, you know?
No, it's not at all. Like, yeah.
It's not. And your messenger is gone too. What's your opinion of people that are worried about their location being tracked and the FBI everything looking through their webcams and stuff?
Do you know the word I said earlier on that I said in the end of my TikTok?
Yeah.
There you go.
Because I remember we were in a lecture one day, and our lecturer was like, "Be careful, like cover up your whatever. Like they can hack into you." And I can't remember what he asked, but I was like, "But like, who cares?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like,
Who cares? Yeah.
"I'm not important enough for someone to be hacking into my webcam. And if you do hack into my webcam, what are you seeing? Me and Joey talking about like the subject, or me playing Warzone and dying in the gulag repeatedly? Like, do you mean? Like,
also, like, do you know what bothers me?
What?
It doesn't even bother me. It just makes me laugh. Do you know when people have their webcam on their laptop covered over?
Yeah, they have a little thing on it.
I'm just like, oh Jesus
Well, like,
Christ!
no one is watching you, and if they are, like, so what? Like,
you're not seeing that, like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter, like.
Oh man. But like my point was because he was like, are you okay with like people like these apps having your location and stuff? I'm like, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, come get me.
Yeah, but no, my thing was like, why don't you care? It's like because I've nothing to hide. Like, do you mean? Like people that are worried about their location is like, oh my god, it's like, what are you gonna see? Oh, I'm at the cinema for the 4th time this week, or I'm at the takeaway again. I'm the part like the character I've set is the person that I am. Like, do you mean? Like that, I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, I'm here when I'm actually not. Like, I'm not like that. Like, do you mean? And people that like just don't have their locations and stuff on, but I just don't get it. I don't get it because it's such a thing nowadays that everything you have is online. It's like, well, everyone knows that. When we were like 12 and 13, we knew that everything we have is online. We grew up with it. Like, do you mean? Fair enough if you were like. If you're in your 30s or 40s and you didn't grow up with everything you do is online because you had that privacy before. We don't. But I don't care. Well,
like, yeah, like, say, to be honest, like when did Bebo come in? Like that was the first thing I had. Like,
I never had it.
But I mean, it's very strange for like say my sister Circa, like, you know. Like she's grown up with phones her whole life, like, you know, like smartphones, like.
Yeah, we had the phones.
That's a bit stranger, like, you know.
But like,
because I mean, like.
She missed out on Bluetoothing songs,
flip phones and like Nokia, like, you know, and all that kind of stuff, like, you know, and you didn't have to Bluetooth songs or get LimeWire to download songs, you know, and like. But there's a certain kind of. I don't know, like it's kind of. It's just strange. Like times change, obviously, like, you know. So I mean, and I'm not trying to say I'm wicked old, like, you know, because I'm not. Like, I'm only 23, like, you know, like yeah, I'll be 24 next month, like, you know. But I mean, like, I'm not
Um,
old or anything, like, you know, so.
Kevin has weighed in again. He said
Right.
Snapchat is OG number one again, but remember when it almost died? What do you think it takes for a major social media platform to be fully killed out these days? Is it even possible? I think
Um,
for it, I remember when it almost died. It almost died because of Kylie Jenner. Because Kylie Jenner was like, "I'm not interested in Snapchat anymore." That's what she put up a tweet and like it like halved Snapchat stock or something like that. It plummeted
yeah.
after it. But I don't like the major social media can change at any minute. Like it's TikTok now, and like what are the major ones? Are like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Like we don't even count Facebook as a major. But it is obviously a major, but it's not one that we count. Like I don't even have it on my social things at the bottom, like because I don't. I'm not. There's no point. Like, do you mean? So like, what is it? Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter,
Twitter,
Instagram,
Instagram,
Twitch, YouTube.
Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit. Like what? They're the main ones, really. But like, what were old ones? Like even, but it depends because the more there are, the more niche they are. Like you won't find a lot of people. I don't know, like something like LinkedIn and TikTok won't have a lot of the same users. I'd say.
No, exactly, yeah.
And
But
like,
I mean, it's a lot different as well because I mean, like when you're comparing something like Snapchat. So say we have Snapchat here, we have Instagram here,
yeah,
like you know. Okay, stories they both have the ability, the ability to send like pictures back and forth. They both have, but I mean, Snapchat is just it feels even though it's not, it feels more instant. You know, like it feels like you're in the moment more so than with Instagram. Like Instagram kind of feels like
more
if
professional. I
if
think.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Like if someone texts me on Instagram, I'm kind of feeling like, oh, what's going on, like
I'm
you know. But if
the
someone
exact
texts me on
same.
Snapchat, I'm feeling like, oh, like what stupid thing did this person do
I
again,
feel
like you
like
know.
Instagram is formal. Instagram is formal Snapchat essentially.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Instagram is Snapchat. Like Snapchat is primary school, and then Instagram is like secondary school,
Yeah.
like you know.
Whereas we're just stuck in
Yeah,
primary school playing dodgeball. Oh, remember that? That used to be
exactly,
class. Remember the time you broke the
exactly.
window, Joey? Twice.
Huh?
Remember the time you broke the
I
window?
broke 6 windows, Brian, so don't try and undersell it.
No, the most one of the most iconic moments I've ever had with Joey was Joey had broken a window and they just got it fixed, and we were banned from playing soccer because Joey broke the window, and they got it fixed. And Mr. Ryan came around the corner and he was like, "Oh, don't break a window, Joey." And we're like, "Haha, classic, Mr. Ryan." Joey had the ball at his feet, and with that shot, broke a different window. I do so believe, wasn't it? It was the one at the other side of what we used as a goal.
It was on the other side, yeah, because we weren't allowed to play it at the front anymore.
And everyone was like, "Oh, Joey, what did you do?" And it was
Hey,
hilarious.
what can I? Hey, I can't help it. I'm just strong.
Terrible aim, but
That's
strong.
it. Terrible aim, but strong.
Oh God. Um.
Yeah. So
Okay. Well. Oh yeah. I have. Joey. Let's. I have a segment, and you'll just be audio only. You won't be video. Are you okay with that?
yeah.
Okay. And it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no. My mouse is after going. It's called. Remember we used to do that. Okay.
All right. Okay.
So what are things? I have a small list of things, but what are things because of the lockdown we're not able to do anymore? Okay. So I
Go
put
to the cinema.
go to the cinema, being
All right.
stuck in traffic. Remember that?
That
Uh,
was
remember leaving the house? That was class. And making eye contact with someone that you didn't know.
nice.
Remember those? Those are the days.
Yeah,
Like
that was fun.
it's kind of like what are other things we just don't seem to do anymore?
Um, go out for dinner.
Yeah, true.
Go out for drinks. Get absolutely fucking hammered. Make an absolute fool of yourself inside in Pizza Bay in Abbeyside. Ask for a pepperoni pizza. Walk out with a ham pizza,
Oh,
and be none the wiser about
that's
it.
just
Sit
embarrassing,
down on the
Joey.
curb. No, sit down on the curb. You eat your whole large pizza. You go, that was lovely. I think I have another one. And then you go back in. You ask for the same thing. He gives you a completely different fucking pizza because it's ready. You pay for it still. He's probably after robbing you. And then you just go out and you go, oh Jesus, like things like that. I miss, you know,
I don't know. It's just
things like I don't want to be stopped. I
yeah.
don't want to be stopped because I'm driving. Like, hey, what the fuck are you
Well,
doing?
like
You know?
it's even a case of runners and myself went for a walk, and like we always had a thing that if we were going for a short walk, go to the shop, and if we went going for a long walk, we go in around G well and come back out again. And we were going in around G well, and the security came over to us and were like, what are you doing? Okay, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. But we've done that walk countless times, like, you know? And it's so weird that, like, they were like, are you students here? And I was like, yeah, we're fourth years, like, but it's like, that you're not allowed to go into UL unless you live there, or like,
Yeah.
it's an emergency. And we had forgot, it was the first day of it, so your man was like, oh, look, it's okay, to be honest. But like,
Yeah.
I just, it's a weird time that like we couldn't even go into the campus that we're paying to go to, that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, there's a lot
But
of
I mean, yeah.
there's
But I
just
mean as well, like you know, like say, I bought tickets for Foil Arm and Hog
yeah.
in April, and like I won't be able to go to that now, like you know, probably
How
because
about
I mean that's mid-April, like you know, so
I've tickets for Fall Out Boy, Green Day, and Weezer in LA in July, and that's probably not going to happen.
no, probably not. No,
But that's kind of
like you know,
bit of a more significant than Fall Arms and Hog. Well, they're good. That's the first to Fall Out Boy, Green Day and Weezer. But
I
sure.
wouldn't.
Really?
But yeah, nope.
Um, any other things? And what's going to be the first thing you do once the whole like coronavirus? They just to send out an email to everyone tomorrow. Coronavirus is cancelled. We cancelled coronavirus. It's done. Nobody has coronavirus
What's
anymore.
the first thing I'm gonna do? Ooh.
Hop on Warzone.
Probably jump on Warzone, yeah. But if I have to pick something else,
Yeah.
probably go for dinner with Kayla, probably.
Oh, I want to go cinema on my own.
Yeah, I'd like to go cinema as well, though. Yeah, true. Maybe bring her to the cinema and then bring her for food.
I'll third wheel at the cinema, sure.
Yeah.
And then I'll just eat at a different table at the food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Joey. That seems. I think we'll leave it there. Been tons of fun. Thanks very much for popping on this second episode.
Pleasure.
Thanks. I think we did.
Second of many.
We reached 10 viewers at one stage. I did see that. So the goal was reached of reaching 10 viewers at one stage. That's it. Thanks very much, Joey. Do you have anything you want to say before you go?
No. Thanks for having me on. And
I'm sure you'll be back in the future.
I hope the show continues to prosper, and I'll be back
once
at some point.
Once it does, if it does. Okay, lovely job. Thank you very much, Joey. I'll see you. Bye.
Talk to you later.